So I've been playing around with this idea a lot recently. And when I was traveling, I used to think, oh, I could do this completely. Like, I don't need any money. I don't need anything apart from somewhere to stay, something to drink, and something to eat. And that was the mindset I was in for quite a while. But then I realised that is literally just surviving. And I don't know whether it was to do with my self-worth or my beliefs back then. But this is like a worst case scenario for living, I guess. At the same time, in my head, it's the best case scenario because I'm like, oh, I just live on a beach, catch fish, and build a shelter. And I do that, and I love it. But I do that in the perfect weather conditions, and I do that having friends with me. And that's what I enjoy about it. But long term, doing that long term, yes, you would get used to it, but it is surviving, not thriving. So I've been playing around with thriving. And these are the areas that I've come up with that are important to me to be able to thrive. What would be good is if you went away and found out what was important for you to thrive. But for me, I've massively been working on the environment I'm in. I've been massively working on the sleep that I'm getting, my health in sense of physical, mental, spiritual, my wealth, having all of this aligned together, creating balance rather than going to one extreme or another extreme, spending as much physical time as possible in nature. I think that for me is massive. Connection and community. I didn't realise it before, but this is vital. The connections and the community I have around me right now is mind-blowing to me. Like the conversations, the deep, the meaningful conversations I'm having, it just helps you grow and develop and gain more understanding, and having connection with people you care about. And just, I think it's so underestimated. And before, connection, like, for me, was difficult because I couldn't be myself. I had to put on this mask and hide who I was because of my self-worth and my self-belief, and oh, if I act like that they might not like me, or if I act like that they might think I'm stupid or think I'm weird or whatever. I had this like barrier up. Now that barrier has been taken down, the people that are in my life right now, there's like just this flow, and it feels so fucking amazing. And creativity. I love to create, like, but not in the sense of like how I thought creativity was, like a painting or a picture or like art. Like, this is creating, and this is my art, and getting what's out of my head and putting it onto a whiteboard for me is like creation. Like, filming this video is creating. Another one to add is like sharing, but then that comes to this sense of purpose. Like, everything I'm learning, if I share and that has an impact on someone else, like that knock-on effect, that's incredible. And that's from creating, then to share, to a sense of purpose. Like, I love this. This is like my environment. For the first time in a very, very long time, my environment feels so aligned with the values that I am putting on a pedestal to aim for, it all links in together. Like, my environment is helping me sleep, my environment is helping me spend more time in nature, my environment is allowing me to have better connections, my environment is helping like my health. Like, all of these things link in together, and once you start to play around with things, you can then be like, well, actually that's not adding any value, so let's get rid of that. Actually, that doesn't feel quite right, so let's change that. And it's once you start looking at these things and you've been like, oh, fuck. Don't be afraid to change things up. Don't be afraid to play around with things, because changing things up and playing around with things allows you to grow and develop. So spend a bit of time. What does your survival look like? And then what does your thriving look like? And then start to focus on those areas more and more and more. And then before you know it, you're like, fuck. Anyway, have a good day, and let me know what thriving looks like to you.